What's up, monster makers? My name is Shar, and I'm a professional special effects makeup artist. Today, I'm going to be teaching you how to make this realistic wound effect with an encapsulated silicone prosthetic. Okay, no time to waste. Let's get into the video. If you're interested in jumping right in and following along with the application, you can buy one of these prosthetics right now in a limited release at narrativecosmetics.com. On the back side of the prosthetic, I'm putting a mixture of Telesis 6 and Telesis thinner. I'm only putting this in the center. I'll glue the edges down later on. Now I'm pressing the prosthetic down and laying it nice and flat. Part of the reason why I use Telesis for this is because I can go in with the thinner and smooth out any bunching of the cap plastic. Taking the mixture again, I'm going in and gluing down all the edges, trying to get them nice and flat as possible. Once that dries, I'll take acetone with a Q-tip and I'll slowly and gently blend away the flashing. Be careful here not to melt away any of the cap plastic that's over top the silicone. With acetone, I'm also taking away any extra little bits of cap plastic that may have been left behind. Next, I'll take my Prosade cream and a red stipple sponge. I'll stipple in some Prosade cream along the edge of the prosthetic. I'm being careful here not to add more than about 1/4 inch of this Prosade cream. As well, it helps blend the edge. If there's too much, it can also leave an odd texture that will give away the edge of the prosthetic. Once that's dry, I'll take some translucent powder and powder it down. This piece was originally intended for the leg, so I definitely think there's a bit more pore texture here than needed in the sculpt. That being said though, I do think it looks nice on the arm here. The next step I believe is crucial in getting a nice look for encapsulated silicone prosthetics, and that's this HD matting spray. I'll spray a light mist of this matting spray only on top of the prosthetic, and I'll dab away the excess. Let's take a moment to talk about today's video sponsor. Narrative Cosmetics manufactures and sells professional-grade, production-ready, theatrical, and special effects cosmetics at an affordable price without sacrificing quality. Their products are suitable for beginners and professionals alike. In this video, I use their new skin tone alcohol palettes, as well as their acetone-based encapsulator, alcohol-based blood, and my fave, the special effects brushes. I thoroughly enjoyed using these products, and I highly recommend that you check them out. It's time to paint. I'll be using my Narrative Cosmetics alcohol activated palette, 99% alcohol, and my Narrative Cosmetics spatter brush. I'll start off with a really light layer of this mauve color. I like to use a dual fiber brush along with my spatter brush to be able to dab away any excess paint. Next, I'll go in with some light layers of flesh tone. When you're painting with alcohol paints like this, you'll be using mostly 99% alcohol with a little bit of pigment. You want to think of it like painting with watercolors in light washes to build up the coverage of the color. Skin naturally has a lot of depth, layer, and texture, so to mimic that, you'll need to slowly build up that color in layers. The skin of my model has a beautiful variety of color and texture. To bring this texture to life, I'll be going in with a nice diluted darker shade of brown with a little bit of cool tone mixed in. When I do this process, I use a small round brush as well as my dual fiber brush in the same hand, so I can dot on that color and then tap away the excess with my other brush. In between these layers of texture, I did a couple washes in layers of spattering of lighter skin tone as well. Again, working slowly and in layers is the best way to achieve the most realistic effect. Now we're ready to move on to painting the inside of the wound. I'm going in with some mauves and some reds, building up the color inside the wound. As far as realism goes, this is pretty close to a good stopping point. Less is more when it comes to blood. I chose to go ahead and add some Narrative Cosmetics alcohol-based blood. This blood looks wet even when it's dry, and it gives a lasting and fresh effect. If you choose to add any blood around the wound, make sure it's really minimal. Less is more again when it comes to blood and realism. I put a little bit of that alcohol blood around the wound and dabbed away the excess with a paper towel. Lastly, I'm going in with this water-activated blood to create the final practical effect you'll see in this last clip. I'll use water to wash away the water-activated blood, leaving behind the alcohol paint. Let's talk about removal. Before applying this prosthetic, make sure to educate yourself on the proper and safe methods of removal. I've listed them here so that you can see how to correctly take this prosthetic off. Now that that's covered, let's check the makeup out in action. Hey, thanks so much for watching my video. I hope that you enjoyed it or that maybe you learned something. If you have any questions at all about what you saw in this video, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you could get a second to leave a like or maybe even subscribe, that would help me out so much. You can also follow me on my social medias, Instagram, as well as TikTok. I'm SQFX. That's all I have for today. Catch you later, Monster Maker. Bye!